I mean, the elephant in the room, is what I called it at an early meeting, was the whole issue of the Department of National Defence and DND and their role. And yet the Commission felt constrained in dealing with the very question that was the baseline on which any recommendations and inquiry would be made. So frankly, my pitch today was aimed at expanding those terms of reference. One can do that through interpretation. If that's satisfactory, then great. There seems to be a willingness on the part of the CNLOPB to endorse that type of interpretation. That's all for the good, and I hope that there's going to be the fullest of cooperation from the Department of National Defence, because they have a lot of information and they have a major role to play, and it's only if we do get the full cooperation from the Department of National Defence. I mean, they have to be willing to recognize that they're not perfect either, and that if they're willing to come and talk about how they operate, what they do, what lessons they may have learned even from the Cougar crash, and be able to discuss that fully, I think that the inquiry can learn something, and that it can then form the proper basis for recommendation.
We know that PK thinks things are hunky-dory, everything's good the way it is.
Well, if this is going to be handled as a political, operation, which I hope it isn't, then I'll be very disappointed. The Commission is supposed to be able to do an objective evaluation of what's going on. Clearly, there's potentially a political view. I mean, we have heard the Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Defence say in the House of Commons, for example, that he believed the Ocean Ranger recommendation has been fully complied with. Well, I mean, that's a political point of view. Whether that question is answered specifically by this Commission may not be important. What is important is that at the end of the day, the kind of recommendations that we get from this Commission and presumably would be able to be implemented, and that we will have the best possible search and rescue service that we can get, the best in the world. I think that's what we're looking for here. This is a relatively new offshore operation in the sense that we've only been in production for a dozen years. We have an opportunity now to perfect this system as much as it can be. Unfortunately, it took a tragedy like the Cougar crash to make this happen, but we're here, and we've got a very important job to be done.